Hello.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. That's better. First of all, I want to thank you for calling me.
Well, yeah, I wanted to I wanted to call you and give you an apology. I went through my emails. I saw the email transaction went back and forth between my office and you, and I wanted to call you and let you know that we don't respond to all of our emails personally. We have staff in here because we get so much volume of emails. We get literally hundreds of emails a day. And so we have interns at work. Most of them are college students, either at Georgia State University or Kennesaw or some other college here in the area. So we bring them in and pay them about $10 to $12 an hour, and they're pretty smart guys and girls. Some of them are in law school, some of them are in graduate school programs. So we give them tasks around the office, and one of them is to respond to generic emails, such as the one about Chip Rogers. We usually script them on what the response is based on each particular senator or House member and what their view is on that particular subject. So we get literally hundreds of emails a week on different topics. And so this young lady that responded to you apparently was either frustrated or wasn't handling the situation correctly, and she made the comment that she did about being disrespectful and so forth. And that's not the way I handle constituents. And so I just wanted to apologize for that, and we're taking care of that situation internally, but I hope it'll never happen again. But
well, I'm always getting fired over it. I assumed I was speaking to you. So.
Yeah, and she
and I know I was somewhat inflammatory too. So
right, her name should have been on there on behalf of me, but it wasn't, and that's being corrected. But she's not going to be fired for it because she's just trying to learn. She's a student. She's doing a good job overall, but she's real conservative and works hard, got a good work ethic, but she puts her opinion into things sometimes when it's not necessary. So.
I understand. Since we're on the phone and we have approached the subject, I would like to know where you stand on do you believe Chip Rogers is worthy of that position?
No, sir. I told a few other people this, and I'll tell you the same thing. We're in the legislative branch, as you probably understand, the three branches of government, federal and state level, and we budget for the entire state government, but we don't tell the governor who to hire and who to fire. That's his job, totally. We don't have any responsibility in hiring and firing of employees. Now, I can cut $150,000 out of that budget if I had enough votes to go with me. We could have amended that budget, and we could have taken the $150,000 out of Georgia Public Broadcasting budget, but they probably would have cut somebody else's job, to be honest with you. In fact, they probably would have cut 3 or 4 employees and kept him because we don't have any control over who they would have fired. So that was more of a political move on the Democrats.
I understand there was a political move on the Democrats, and I understand what they were trying to get at, but and I understand that the fallout that could have happened. What I'm trying to get across to you is I would appreciate if you would bring some political pressure to bear on it. Get some of your Republican cohorts or fellow senators and talk to Nathan Deal and say this is making us look bad, because it does. It makes Georgia look real bad when that cronyism is going on.
Well, we've sent that message to him privately. We don't do it in front of a TV camera because of respect for him and his position. You don't go down here and fall on your sword on things that you really can't change, and you want to fight the fights that need to be fought. But that wasn't one you fight in front of a TV camera. That's the one you talk about behind closed doors. And to be honest with you, Chip Rogers and I wouldn't call us friends, but we were acquaintances for 2 years. He was a majority leader in the Senate. I respected him. He was a conservative from Cherokee County, and I got along with him well, but there was a lot of disagreements that I had with him, and one was the way we ran the Senate for the last 2 years, and it wasn't functional at all. So we moved him out of that position in November, and that's when he decided to quit, and he took the job with the governor's, influence there on that Georgia Public Broadcasting. So we didn't support him doing that. The Senate did not support it. The House did not support it. But it is the discretion of the governor who he hires and who he puts in places like that and all of his appointments. So some appointments that he makes we have to confirm in the Senate, but most of those are board appointments for like the DOT or the Board of Regents and so forth. But that's not one that we had any control over. And we can show our displeasure by it, but if we do it in a disrespectful way, then he could come back on us in other ways that was going to punish us or put us in a bad position in our district. So we tend to pick our battles on those things, and as bad as it was, the way it happened, it does smack of cronyism, and it wasn't a smart move on his part. But You know, I don't.
Well, I guess the political fallout's for him then, huh?
That's right. Exactly right. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm embarrassed by that remark that my aide made, and it should never happen. And that's just not the way I operate. If you know me personally, you know that's not me.
I've actually met you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have nothing against you. I just
Okay.
I was it did perturb me, and I coming from a public servant, and that's so I decided that this person needs to be told that I'm the boss, not them.
That's right. And I respect that greatly. I understand where my position is. I'm a voice of the people of the 51st District. You know, I respect that process, so I would never respond in an email like that. So.
Well, I appreciate your time calling me, Senator Gooch, and you have a great day.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right.